with us some talk about the option here. Good afternoon. Today we follow this first part that we talked about last week. This is the second part of how to trade options in the volatile market. Again, just want to make sure we understand. Just want to read the disclaimer again. So this information, this webinar is for informational and educational purpose only. So anything we talk and share today is just for that purpose. To make sure you consult with your expert before you make any trades or investment. All right. Anything we talk here in the Topic Traders, it's just our ideas and some sharing of our information to help us to make a better trade, to become a better trader. Okay. So let's move forward with that. So last week we talked about trading the range is the benchmark for our option. So today we can look at, based on what we study, these guidelines here, and how we can apply it into the option and pick out some of the option trades in this volatile market that we've been having in the last few weeks that we see. Right. So let's take a quick review on these ideas here. So in the morning when we started the day, we want to look for the 3 items on the list, the overall trend, so to review it to make sure what trend are we on, and then the second one is the market direction, to see which direction it's possibly the market is going, or that particular stock is going. And then if we pick out the stock, for example, AMD or Facebook, does these guys have any catalyst, any news that can affect the move on that particular stock? So those are the 3 items that we're looking for mainly in the morning to help us to make some decision which way we might want to trade. And it's just some guidance here. We have the overall trend and the market direction, and we don't have catalyst. So what should we do? Or just it's in no direction at all. Then what we can do. I think among these 3, I think the middle one here, the number 2, is the hardest to kind of make sense of it. We can look at the overall trend. We can tell, maybe moving sideways or uptrend or downtrend. The catalyst, we just see the news and see what came out, and there's news or no news. But the market direction comes sometime it throw off when we, it can turn the direction anytime. That's the thing that we need to be quickly adapt to that, quickly follow the market direction. Instead of getting stuck in what we think it would do. It's a learning process. Sometimes our mind just kind of work against us, even though we know what that is, that we need to flip to the other side, but sometimes we kind of get stuck in that the emotional constraint that we need to break through. And everybody probably experienced it, including myself. So we need to kind of learn it. It's a learning process. And we do it over time. We'll get used to be flexible, not be too rigid. Be flexible to flip to the other side when the market go on the other side. So make sure that we, pay attention to number 2 and keep practice on it. To adapt to the market direction it's a little bit harder to see, and sometimes our emotion get on the way. So get on its way, and we're not able to adapt it to quick enough so that we can be taking advantage of the move. Right. So without further ado, let's talk about this. Let's say go into a particular example. For example, let's take a look at Facebook this morning. Okay. So let's take a look at Facebook this morning. Okay. Then we can go from there. Maybe this one is better to see this way. Okay, so let's take a look at Facebook this morning. Okay, so when we get up in the morning, we look at some of the few stock, and so we want to see what this Facebook do. So what we saw here, the market gap down. Okay, so the Facebook gap down, but then it's starting to bounce here, right? So it's starting to bounce here. So the immediate, uh, so the okay, so the uptrend here, okay, so we can see here is, so first we're looking at overall trend. So then we're looking at overall trend, we're looking at maybe it's a daily and a 60 minutes of the immediate trend to close enough in the past 5 days that we talked about in the past 5 days. So if you look at the 60 minutes of hourly chart, can kind of give you an idea of the recent trend here that we have. Overall Dow trend here, you can see, okay? So overall Dow trend here. So it's still not get out of this downtrend yet. So overall, the trend is down, okay? And then we're looking back into this 5 minutes. Overall, the trend is down, but then the direction is market in the pre-market. It's moving up at below a high or low. So we got the trend is down, the direction is up, okay, and there's no catalyst in particular in Facebook. Okay, so at this point we go down to this number 2. Okay, so this we have here the overall trend is down, the market direction is up. So we need to trade the range, and we can buy the deep buy on the trend and short on the bounce to resistance. So again, this is not a blueprint, folks, but at least to give us some idea. We can be flexible, and again, we talk about the price action is taking over all other factors. So the price action is the king. So we also watch for the price action to see how the market does. Right. So in this case, we got the overall trend is low down. The market direction is up here in the short-term market direction is up. So we want to do this here on this side. So that's what we call now. We call on the option this morning in the option room. Now again, we can apply this to our trading in equity as well. So for those of you who not uh, trading options, it also apply in equity as far you want to pick the trade, the entries and exit. That's how we make money. We make money when we enter the stock. If we enter it right, we make the best decisions we could based on what we learn, then that's when you make money, right? Because we've been waiting for it to happen, and when it happened, we execute a trade. So you make the money at the time you enter the trade, just like you're in the real estate business, right? Some people are in the flipping business. You probably know that, as you heard people say, you make money when you buy the house. If you buy at a good price at the right location, you make money there. But if you do the wrong thing and you overpay for it at the wrong location, then you lose money right away as soon as you sign that paperwork. So same thing, similar here. So this morning when we call here at the look at the range that we have, let me see, go back to this range here. We go back to this range. Okay, so we have here, right? So Facebook, 220 to 225, over to 225, can go to this range, and below this, 219 to 215. So we have the 220 to 225 range. All right. So when the market opened, it went down to 220, some here, and then pop it right back. So I called it on there to make sure we trade the range. We got into the trade and we traded to 224, 225, and called it the lacking profit coming back down. Just keep trading the trends. So now the third one coming down. Usually the third one coming down, again, retest the side at the support. More likely it will crack that support. Same thing the third time, always you hear the third time the charms, right? So it's not working 100% of the time, but most of the time we'll see that the third time when it come up to this area here, more likely it's gonna break and go. So in this case, it go down the third time. and then crack below. If this go up and continue to go it and retest the third time on the upper range, then the more likely gonna go to this side. All right, so you can see that happened today with Facebook, third time the charm or the non-charm here. So going back here, the third time it cracked. So I think yesterday there was a stock I saying when the stock coming back down, do not buy the deep buy again. I think that was on Mara, right? So Mara yesterday, take a look at here. Okay, when I said Mara, the third time when it come down, do not buy the deep buy. I think this one right here. Yeah, right here when I call do not buy the deep buy at 25. So I did not do the deep buy here at 25. I think 25.50. Is it 25.50? Yeah, 25.50 was our range. So do not buy that. So it went and cracked. If we did this, it's probably gonna take us out because more likely you're gonna get stopped out. But it did bounce back here toward the end of the day. But you don't want to get into the trade that doesn't give you enough range and the chance slightly it's gonna go down because the third time gonna be the charm, right? So go back to this Facebook here. So we decided we're gonna do this today, right? So we follow this rule to see if it works. So Facebook's work here very nicely. Okay, so we deep buy on the trend on the direction here, on that direction. And if you short or you put on the top here, you make this right there, and also you make it right here. So we did buy this. I did not do the puts. I did do the call twice. Nice, nice move on this Facebook. Okay. So you can see that this morning in this Facebooks and this here. So as far the option go, how do we determine which option we trade? So let's take a look at in this Facebook. Okay. So which option we trade? Um, Okay, so let's see. We pick out a Facebook here. All right. So this is my example of the trade here that I show on Facebook. Um, so this morning, um, you can see usually in the intraday, I make sure I stay within the 40 delta. Okay, just keep it simple, and that we can go into Vega and other Greek number. But to keep it simple, we're looking at delta and the implied volatility, the IV here, and extrinsic value and the intrinsic value to see how much we have left. I don't pay attention too much on this when it got close to the end of expiration. Okay, but today is a Tuesday, so look at it, but not really most important to look at this for when it's more important when you look at when it the second day to the last day of the expiration. Okay, so I'm looking at the delta here. So I want to stay, make sure I stay within the 40 delta. Okay, same thing on the put side, make sure you stay within the 40 delta. You can go outside if you want to. I said, today you can go up to the 230, but it's it's a little, you need a bigger move for that to be profitable. So stay close to the at the money as you can and stay close to the 40 down to intraday so that we can at least have the 40% chance at least to make some money there. Okay, so those are the key things you want to make a note of it. All right, so those of you who are new, so make sure you stay within the 40 delta and the IV is not too high. So this if it's like 100% or something, then I need to have a bigger move and fast move for me to make profit. Otherwise, I have to be nimble to make sure you don't get too much on the size. Because buying is just like you throw your premium in there. If the IV too high, it can crush really fast when the fast move. stock moving too fast and turn around too fast, you don't have enough time to make your, if you're not quick enough, you can really quickly lose that premium quickly. Okay, so those are the key things. You must make sure you choose to look at the where to pick on the delta, and make sure the IV is within the tradable range for doing singles. All right. We talk about the option on. I also do intraday credits spread too, but that's a different time. I just to keep it simple, I just want to talk about singles today, so that we are okay with that. Everybody know what to do. Okay, we can go over the spread too, but I think maybe a different time for that. The very profitable if we do the spread on the high volatile market, very profitable though. You can get that IV crush very fast, and you can really lock in your profit within minutes even. Okay, so that anybody have any questions on it? Anybody have any questions so far on it? Okay, so that's what we do on this one. For example, now let's say move to the SPY, okay, for the index. Excuse me. So you can see the SPY and the triple Qs has been very volatile without a stock as well. So we talked about the SPY this morning. Okay, so the SPY here, for 446 to 448, that is our range. 448 over that, 449, 450, every dollar above the range, and below for the 46, 445, 40. This is your like when you see a dollar move here, when I put it, this is the buffer zone here. Sometimes it go down like that and then reverse the course and come back. The buffer zone here within the small range. So the main range is right here, 446 and 48, and more above and more below to 445. Okay, so let's take a look at it. So this is our 446. Okay, right there, and 448. Okay, so this is the range that we trade here. You see so we have a gap down, and then we have a sideways move. Right. So the overall trend is down. The market direction is sideways. Not much catalyst today. So we don't have a catalyst today. Basically just, no major information, announcement today. Like if we can talk about the Fed chairman talk or economic information. So not much of the information this morning that we need to worry about. Some of the import and export number, but that's not a big deal this morning. All right, so we got the 446, 448 here in the range. So we went down to 445. I say that's the buffer zone. So I didn't quite hit 445, but right there, right? So this is the trading zone here. As you can see, the market open, starting to kind of double, triple top, and then come back down. Down here 446. Let's say we buy the calls at 446, which I did. We put the 445 as a stop. Right? If it go below 445, then we start to trade the bottom of the range, the next range down. Okay, so we flip it to short if that happened. Okay, our puts. So we do the 446 here and trade in our range of 446 to 448. Okay, so that is where's my right there? Okay, I want to put right there. So 446 to 448. So again, there we buy on the dip, buy the dip on the at the 446. We sell it here, and then if it come back down, we do it again, or we short it right here. I'll stop right above that, maybe 50 cents. I said this morning. If you do the puts here to go over 448.50, you want to stop out, leave it 50 cents move, then flip it to the other side once the market can go into that direction. Okay, so you can see here very almost to the point every day trading our range. We just determine to see what it is, and then we can do what is here on the right side. And when in doubt, trade to just trade a range and then leave the rest on the table. That's fine. Okay, but if you stick around, you have patience, trade a range and see what the market direction continue to go. If we do the puts here and then 50 cent is our wiggle room, let's go over that. We get stop out and then flip it to the other side. Okay. And what if it go up here and you get the call and then it's starting to come back down again and crack this below the trend? Sometimes it happen like that, and you get stop out, yes, and then you just stay out of the market. Just if it's that kind of volatile, yeah, directionless, just kind of up and down, then you then just call it a day. Wait for a different time, right? So not every day is you have to trade, but like this one is very nice here. We got trade from 46 to 48, that $2 move, and then some more to the upside once it go over the 50 cents here. All right. So again, when we don't have anything, especially in the last few weeks here, I've been sticking to doing this right here, the third option here, trade the range and go play. All right. So been a very nice overall market here. When people were crying and yelling, screaming, complaining, well, I just stay cool, calm, and collected and trade our range. Every day we post it in there. For example, so we do the SPY, so let's do the SPY. So this morning we have the SPY, okay? So we do the SPYs. I usually trade the today or the closest expiration date on the SPY. So the SPY, so we want to stay within the 40 delta. Okay, now the implied volatility this morning was 40 some, so not bad. Now it's coming down to 20%. So we stick with this. So for 446 up here. That's this morning here. Took the 446 call this morning. So that's now we at the 450, but that was in here at 446 was right at the money. So right at the money this morning. So 445, 446 call right there this morning. So we got about right now so 30% gain. It was 35, 40% on the money this morning on that call from 46 to 48. So that we stick with that range. Make sure you stay within the 40 delta, and make sure the IVs is not over 100%. Then you got your butt whipped really quickly if it turn around. Okay, and if we choose the size, this volume is not quite important for the SPY. And these big stock because the liquidity is really high. So we talk about Facebook, liquidity is nice, so usually the half a dollar have a lower volume. So I tend to pick the whole number. So, like 220, 225, so pick the whole number, give you more liquid to trade. More action there, so easy to get in and out. But if you buy 10 contract, 20 contract, not a big deal unless you trade in hundreds and thousand contracts. Then it's maybe consider getting these the bigger volume one. Okay, so 10, 20 contracts a day give you 500 to $1,000 a day. Not bad at all, right? Not bad, not bad. All right, so that's what we got. For example, AMD too, I called on the AMD as well, so on the mic. on the webinar today. So we got AMD. So we got AMD here 122 to 124. And then we got the wiggle room here, the buffer zone, what I call it, 125, and more bullish above. So if we go below 120, 150, traded down to 120. So we got 120, 122, almost to the T here, folks. And then we got 124 right there, okay? And then we got the 125 as a buffer zone. So Mike, this morning somewhere right here, I called on that, and then I came back down. Now, if you deep buy it again, this will give you probably second time. I'll probably sell right there. I did not do the second time here. This is a nice breakout here. Second time, usually when you look at it, see double tops, or it's gonna break and go. Sometime it come back down somewhere here, and then come back the third time and go. So we don't know, right? Nobody have a crystal ball when it's gonna decide to continue or it's gonna get ejected and come back down. But we make sure we watch for what we watch for a higher low. Okay, we watch for a stage in the uptrend. We watch for a squeeze into the channel and a break or come back out the third time and crack and go below this. Okay, so we watch that. That's how you watch for the direction to see if it follow through to the upside. If it's in the uptrend, or is it follow through to the downside when it's in the downtrend. Okay. By looking for some ascending triangle, a wedge, double top, triple tops, both leg, looking for those continuation patterns, which I have a video about that. If you want to watch it in the library, there's a continuation pattern videos, and we make that about 2 years ago or so. Okay, so as you can see here, trading the AMD and the trend AMD. It's in the no news on AMD morning. This morning we also have a gap down. We have a sideways market here and the direction here. There's no particular direction. So we just trade in the range, okay? And go to the upper range if we have that, or go down to the lower range if we have that. But the bulk of the money should be in this range right here that we have from 122 to 124, 125 as we have it there. Okay, so just stick to that range. You'll find yourself make some money here every day with us. All right. As always, have question. The option trading room is the option questions right here, folks. Okay. Make sure that we open for questions. Make sure you post your question here. Okay. So you have any question, if you want to directly to Dixie or myself or Bob, you know anybody, you just put a aside and directly to us and put attach our name to it. We'll see and we answer your question. So make sure you got your question answers. You do it right. But importantly, make sure that we in the morning we look at the day trade here. Okay, and I posted here for us and stock that we have here. I stick to my core stock, which is right these guys here. And max money depends on which one that I see can have more potential on that particular day, but it will give us some money. All right. All right. Any questions on this? So again, you know, if you can, we again at the end of the day, this market is volatile, as you can see. Look at the spine. It's still volatile. We got pop, we got drop, and then we got a pop, and then we got a drop, and then we got a gap down, and then we can move sideways, and then we got a drop, and then we got boom coming up. You know, so it's all over the place, right? So if you stick to the range here, almost every single day, you'll make some money. Let's say we do 80 out of 80, 8 days out of 10. And keep our loss as according to our trading plan. So you lose 2 days, you win 8 days, still turn out profit, right? So And almost every single day we stick to this range so when we are unsure with this volatile market, just trade the range that we have. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. So let's now you have something in place that you know what to do. Because sometimes you go into the room, to the chat rooms, this place you don't know, they just don't give you any guidance on in terms of what that is. Probably they alerted when the live alert maybe, or when they already get into the stock. Uh, it's totally different here. You get in the up in the morning, you can see we got this ready for you. This right here, beautiful, right? This is like this is my golden rule here. This is my north star here. Okay, this is my north star here to trade. All right, so all right. So any questions, folks? When we unsure the market is volatile, stick to the range. Okay. And make sure when we pick out a day trade, we want to stay close to the don't close to above the 40 delta, close to that. IV is less than 100% to do single. When the IV too high, and then don't trade any illiquid stock. Can make us lose the premium pretty fast. That's why most of the people who sell option make money. Those who buy option tend to lose money. And we don't know what we're doing. Okay, if we don't know what we're doing, you don't buy it, please. Make sure you practice it in the paper money. Practice it on the free platform. Then until you're comfortable with it, feel good about it, and spend your own money, and then start to do the real trade. Okay, but spend some time practice it. Make sure you're comfortable with the ranges that we have. So I use it as my North Star. If when in doubt, nothing, the market doesn't give me the clear direction, or I cannot identify direction, or the market is, just up and zip up and down, and I just stick to my range and make my money and go play, right? All right, folks. So that what we got there. Hopes that help. All right. Some of the key things that they picked out on the webinar today, and always questions in the morning. Which stock to trade, or what's what we what option you want to take. Just question us, send us questions on the option room. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've concluded the webinar today, and hope that helped, and take it with you and make some money. So the goal is just make yourself comfortable with trading option, uh, making a few $100s a day, and start from there. As you're doing well, you're getting to comfortable and doing well, you can increase the size by getting more contracts. That way you can make more money, increase your income by increase the contracts. When you have a good setup and good range, then you can increase your contract. Make sure you have a good setup, good range, with the price actions, nice, gets a lot of volume come in, watch for those, step up a little bit, make some money, and increase your income that way. But starting making a few $100s a day will give you confidence, take a trade, and then go from there. That will add up to your portfolio pretty quickly. Don't discount a few $100s, guys. People are making out in the snow, out in the high heat, trying to make a couple $100s a day. You're sitting inside comfortable on your BPJ, and if you can make a few $100s a day started, that's really a blessing. So don't discount it, okay? Option will give you that chance very quickly with a small investment. Okay, you don't have to invest $100,000 try to buy Tesla. You can buy Tesla option. You don't have to buy $500,000 try to buy 1,000 share of SPY. Just buy option. Only cost you a couple grand or so option as an investment, and you can make a few $100s. Which way is better? I'd rather spend a few $1,000s to make a few hundred than try to make the same amount of money with $250,000 investment. Try to buy $1,000 or $400 stock. No brainer, right? So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good afternoon. Kick some, get some going here with the Super Bowl coming up this weekend, right? Maybe we have a bet again, see who's gonna win. The Bengals fan and the Rams fan, who gonna be the winner here? All right. So that root for the nice Super Bowl coming up, and we'll have a wonderful February. Unless the market bouncing. All right, talk to you later, guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Reach new levels of trading proficiency. Become a member at turbotrading.biz.